Our laws as it pertains to substances are draconian and bizarre. The psychopaths start this way. He was an alcoholic because of social media and pornography, PTSD, love addiction, fentanyl and heroin. Ridiculous. I'm a doctor, for Christ's sake. Where the hell do you think I learned that? I'm just saying. You go to treatment before you kill people. I am a clinician. I observe things about these chemicals. Let's just deal with what's real. We used to get these calls on Loveline all the time. Educate adolescents and to prevent and to treat. You have trouble you can't stop and you want help stop it, I can help. I got a lot to say. I got a lot more to say.
Hey everyone, welcome. I'm seeing you all in the restream. Yes, Andrew Ashkezvili, here we are. We will be going, I'll be talking to you for another 7 to 10 minutes or so, and then I'm going to take a little break, and I'm going to ask you all to go to drdrew.tv to check all the platforms where we will be finding ourselves, and we'll start our interview after that. For now, I'm watching you guys on the restream to see if you have any interesting ideas or questions. It starts out, of course, with "You Bet I'll Be Coming Up in May." So thank you for the After Dark. We went to a great, what would you call it, Susan? A ceremony for the presentation of an award to Bert Kreischer, who won Variety Magazine's sort of
the great
creative comedian
Bert
of the year.
Kreischer.
Yeah, and so Susan, when you give us your thoughts on his little presentation? He was interviewed before the presentation, and he told us a little bit about the story of his life. And
we laughed, we cried, we schmoozed.
Susan cried a lot.
I did. I cried.
And
he actually said nice things about you, Drew.
Yeah, The Machine. Well, as it pertains to The Machine story was mine. I don't have any ownership over it, but I discovered it in that he came on Loveline one time when he was still on Travel Channel, which he considered a burden to be on Travel Channel, I guess. But I think he has since healed, at that time he did at least, he's since healed that relationship. But he came on, he told this story about The Machine. I made him come back the next night and tell it again. And he remembers that second night when I made him tell it again in great detail. I had lots of questions. Was that I said, that's your movie. You got to make that into a movie. So stand by, everybody. That dream may come true and soon enough. All right, I see you guys. All right, so we have a really interesting guest today, and a lot of crazy stuff in the news. I think people are getting, people want thoughts from Alana, wants thoughts on Simone Biles. I'll give you that in a second. And a lot of course, scary, as I mentioned, was it Monday? A lot of scary COVID stuff, a lot of attempts to be scary with the COVID material. And I want to say that I am just so pleased and proud of the American public for not caving to the panic porn. The press has been absolutely addicted to it, and they're going about it again. The fact is, what the information we should be getting is how to keep ourselves safe, what the vaccine options are, what the data looks like now. Please wear masks if you're in crowded vicinities, particularly in an area with high density of outbreak. I mean, there's a ton to do. And if you get sick, understand if you've had the vaccine within 6 months, you're in pretty good shape. And if it's been more than 6 months, definitely talk to your doctor. You might want to contemplate, if you're in a risk group, monoclonal antibodies, that sort of thing. So I'm just pleased that people are dealing with it rationally and systematically this time. I trust it's not denial, because we're used to this. People have been through this a lot now. We understand, and the surge in the fall has been predicted for a long time. It's come a little earlier in the face of the Delta, and it's not fun. Again, pandemics suck, but we are in pretty good shape. So I suspect, my own opinion is that there will be boosters sometime soon, particularly for Pfizer. I do believe that they need to get full approval on the Pfizer vaccine. Oh yeah, Susan wants me to go on Clubhouse. We'll be on Clubhouse as well after I take the break.
After we,
there will be full approval, in my opinion, any day now. And if they would just get the full approval, then the people that are hesitant because it's an experimental vaccine will get on board with things. So that's one thing they could do. The other thing they could do is get that Novavax vaccine rolled out. A lot of people that have concerns about the different platforms are very willing to take the Novavax vaccine. I saw some very good data on it yesterday. I talked to another a friend who said the data isn't that good, which may be why it's taking so long to roll out. It's interesting to think about the possibility of using Novavax as a booster. Also, Susan, Dr. Knock today sent me a great email, right?
Oh.
Okay. Lloyd, the efficacy of the vaccine waning is neither here nor there. That just is what's happening. And so we need to take a booster. That's why we have booster vaccines. But But Dr. Knox sent me a really interesting email today because he must have been thinking about me. There was some research on people with COVID and the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, which is me. And that data showed, we should put it up on the website. Maybe can we do that if I send it to you, Susan, or maybe
Caleb's better at that.
To Caleb. I'll send it to Caleb.
Send it to me. I can do it.
But it showed people like me. I can't find my email now. But people like me have excellent immunity against the variants.
You're going to get in trouble by YouTube talking about this.
No, this is just a published piece of data
Okay.
that showed that if you've had COVID and the variant, in this one piece of data, I'll find it for you here. Oh, where is Dr. Knock? Any event, I thought that was very interesting, and I really appreciated him sending me the data. And Susan, I asked him to come back on the show, which he did not respond to me. But I assume he will do that, yes, because he's a good source of information. Again, you can follow him on TikTok at @dr_knock, NOC. And why I can't find it now is just bizarre to
I
me.
have something funny. If you're on YouTube and you want to go over and meet Aaron Howell on Facebook when we change platforms, we're going to stop the YouTube at about 10 minutes in. Aaron Howell said, "For those who may not know, I'm technically the most handsome man to ever contribute info on Dr. Drew, but I play it off humbly." Sounds like a fun person.
So you want to go find him on some of the other
Go
platforms?
over to, well, anybody who's here, we've missed you on YouTube, but our guest is maybe too controversial for YouTube. So we're going to send you all over to drdrew.tv, have you click on the links and find us on Rumble, Facebook, Twitch, one of the other platforms today.
Well, that's interesting.
Did I interrupt you? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's just, you just said something you told me explicitly not to say. So,
I know.
So
I know. I can say it. You can't.
Right. Fine. Fair enough.
I'm the boss.
Fair enough. I like that. Let me look at the restream again. See, Andrew, not seeing the same on Novavax, not good. Yeah, Andrew, I've seen both good and bad. Okay, so there you go.
I hope Chris.
What I'm
Chris
saying,
heard me.
hang on, Andrew. What I'm saying is, couldn't it be interesting as a booster? That's what I'm saying. Could be interesting, maybe.
Okay, let's talk about vaccines.
And by the way, could be better than people taking nothing or being totally resistant to it. So there you go. Bamlanivimab, etesivimab. Yes, Joe. Thank you for mentioning that as always.
Please don't talk about medicine right now.
Okay.
Come on, dude. We got to keep this platform. I'm trying to talk about that after we say, adios to YouTube. But everybody on YouTube, please go over to the other.
I think that this is actually really relevant to the topic today because this is ridiculous that you guys are so afraid to say certain words. You're a medical doctor. You have so much experience here, and yet they've silenced you to a point where we just have to leave YouTube at a certain time at this show. That's ridiculous. I'm furious.
Let's bring on the Clubhouse people and turn that on, and then you can introduce yourself there, so we have our callers on the line.
Okay. If you wish, you know what? I'd rather not do that because
we have to because
I've got so much I want to interview the guest about. I guess they're going to have to be on for that. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. Also, we said we were coming, so you can't just not show up.
Right. You're right. I am really interested in our guest today.
I know. I am too. But let's get them on first and explain to them what's going on.
I put the room together up on Clubhouse, and I'll talk to them.
Oh, I got a notification. Hello.
Should be interesting to see who shows up for that.
Well, I'm on there. Boy, that was fast.
Yeah. Meantime, looking at you guys and your tweets and your chat here. Merck Drug Soon, Andrew Ashkasvili. Merck's business call, I think, was this afternoon, and I'm hoping, their quarterly report, and I'm hoping they report on that antiviral, the molnupiravir. I can never pronounce it. I actually have to write it down and then read it phonetically if I can find it here.
I really don't want you talking about medication.
This is all stuff that is non-controversial, not even in the least. If this causes an issue, we have major, major, major problems. I know what their sort of boundaries are. This is not one of them. So
I want to speak freely. So let's just tell everybody on YouTube we're going to move on over to the other platforms.
Okay.